Hey, I'm Stork, and this is your Saltire Games Game Break. Today I'm going to show you Sea Salt and Paper. Now, it looks like it's a tiny game in a tiny box, and it is, but man does this thing pack a punch. You're going to love this game, whether it be at an airport, at a family gathering, just in between games, or anywhere else you might want to take a small footprint game. One other great thing about this game is it's tiny and you can fit it in your pocket and take it with you anywhere. So let's take a look inside this little box and see why this is such a great game. Sea Salt and Paper is a card game for 2 to 4 players. You get points by several different ways. You can get set points with cards like shells, octopus, penguins, anchors, and more. On the card, it shows you how many points you get based on how many of that type you have. So in this example, if I end this with 2 shell cards in my hand, I'll get 2 points for these 2. Not 2 each, 2 total. This penguin is worth 1 alone. And if I only have this octopus, nothing. There's cards like this one, which give you a certain amount of points per that card type. So this card by itself isn't worth anything. But if I have this card with another anchor, this card becomes 3 points. There's also action cards. These also score you points, but in addition to that, they do actions. Action cards can be identified by the dotted lines around them. What that means is you have to have both to have this action. So if I have 2 fish cards like I do in this example, these 2 together are worth 1 point, and I can play them. Different from the set cards where I hold in my hand till the end of the game, these I would play in front of me. And when I play them in front of me, I get to do the action that's on the card. This one is take an extra card off the top of the deck. I don't have to play these to get the point for them. If they're in my hand or in front of me at the end of the round, I still get the 1 point. But the only way to use the action is to play them. There's crabs, which lets you go through the discard. There's sharks and swimmers, which pair together and let you steal a card from another player. There's boats, which let you take a whole nother turn. You've probably noticed that there's a multitude of different color cards in this game as well. Well, you can also score colors. These mermaid cards score you 1 point for the highest color you have. If you had 2 mermaids, it would score 1 point for the second highest, and so on and so forth. However, there are 4 mermaids in the game, and if you ever get all 4 mermaids in your hand, you automatically win. No points required. Another thing to notice is the cards tell you in the bottom corner how many of that type of card are in the total game, so you can kind of card count a little bit. If you can see them down there. So now you know what you're doing. Let's talk about how you do it. The cards are shuffled, laid out. You'll have the deck in the middle, and then you'll have 2 face-up discards. So it'll look something like this. On your turn, you can either take 1 card from the top of either discard or 2 cards from the main deck. You have to discard one of those 2. If at any point there's not 2 discard piles, so it would look something like this, you're forced to discard in the empty pile to make a second pile. Once you have 7 or more points, either in your hand or in front of you, or the combination, you can call stop. When you say stop, everyone has to take their cards, set them down, and you just score what's in front of you. Or you can call last chance. Last chance means you're betting that your hand and your points are better than everyone else playing. For example, if I have 8 points and I say last chance, everyone else gets to go one more time. I would say last chance, lay all my cards down, tell everybody how many points I have, and then they would each get one more chance to try to beat me. To win my bet on last chance, I have to have the highest. I can't be tied, or no one can pass me. So for my example of 8 points, if someone else got 8, I would lose my bet. But let's say that I won my bet and everyone else got less points than 8. I would not only get my 8 points, but I also would score a color bonus. So it would be like I had another mermaid that I don't actually have. I would get 1 point for the most instances of one color. Everyone else at the table wouldn't score their points. They would only score a color bonus. So calling last chance can be a huge point swing, but it also could bite you in the butt. If I call last chance and I lose my bet, I only score my color bonus. Everyone else scores regularly. So you can see why I love sea salt and paper. It packs a lot of punch for a tiny game. Take it with you anywhere. Play with just about anybody. Gamers, non-gamers, everybody I've sat down with and played this game loves it. So next time you're out and you want something small and quick, this is your game. Thanks for watching the Saltire Games Game Break, and hopefully this helps when you're choosing your next game.